don't think we'll be able to even speak in front of the cameras.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll be able to make choices of what to do with our clothes, what to wear, where to walk to, the type of people to talk to, because without feminism, a lot of these things were deeply restricted.
Yeah.
There's already something else that I explained, like feminism is against men.
Against men. That's not
in
what
fact,
it's
everybody
about.
should be a feminist.
Yeah.
They're very they're very defensive. And they're very antagonistic.
Yes.
Any little thing, they will twist it. And you're saying so many things, but that's not what it is itself. Feminism is not about that we're putting out that both gender are the same.
No, it's not the same.
That's another thing that is. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of DTTT, Deep Talks, Thinkable Thoughts, brought to you by Jim Shanti Production. I am Aduni, and with me we have the beautiful, the elegant, the stunning, the brainy.
It's okay, Valerie.
Oh my god.
Valerie, my name is Valerie, Children of God. I'm Valerie.
And on today's episode, we'll be talking about the false feminism agenda. So why did I laugh like that? The false feminism agenda.
Okay.
First of all, I feel like we need to lay it all down and make it clear. What is feminism? And what is even feminism to you or to me individually?
Like generally, to put in a layman's term, feminism is the movement of equality or inclusion of women's rights, in my opinion. Yeah.
Okay.
So for me, I can just say it's like the advocacy of women's rights. You understand? Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I believe that feminism is a movement that advocates for the rights of women, like equal rights, equal opportunity for the gender that's already been suppressed, that's the feminine gender, and for them to have access to education.
Yes.
Access to all public offices.
Yeah.
Like rights to be a vital member of the society and also participate in things that are happening in the society, be it political or social. Yeah. Like they should have equal opportunity as men do.
Yeah. Because with your explanation, I don't know if a lot of people know, but the feminist movement were in 3 waves.
Yes.
Right? So we have the first wave, the second, we have the third, and then we have what we have currently now, which is like the post-feminist era. Yeah. So the first wave of feminism had to do with women being heard. Because back then, a lot of women were just subjected to being home carers.
Yes,
housewives. Children, bearing children, their voices were not heard, their opinions did not count, and things like that. So basically, they were just home. They were just organizers of the home front. They just took care of the home, took care of their children, and then took care of their husbands. Yeah, initially. So that was like the first wave. Caregivers. Yeah. That was the women are still caregivers, but as at the time, I think a lot of women or even men, because some men are feminists. Men can be feminists.
Of course.
So some men saw that there was a problem with the way society was.
Is it some men or even women themselves?
Yeah, women and some men had the problem with the way society was, how it was.
The structure
of society as at the time. So they needed women's opinion or women to be heard, basically. Now, after that, we moved over to the second wave of feminism, which had women being inclusive in a lot of things. Now, in this stage, you can now find where women could able to go to offices and demand some things or make decisions. Let's not forget, make decisions on behalf of themselves and the children. Before now, women would rather just wait for their husbands to make
to do anything, even the littlest things.
Something as tiny as going to the hospital to give birth. And maybe they need the doctor or
in some countries,
needs
in some countries they couldn't even move without having a male escort.
Yes. That was like the second,
like family members,
their brothers, or their husbands' brothers, things like that. So that was like the second wave of feminism. I know it's still happening today, but you know that there are a lot of women who go to the hospital and then let's say the doctor to give birth, and then the doctor suggests a CS, and they tell you that you can't give you can't
You
sign
can't
off
sign
the
the
rights
consent
of
form.
consent form, that somebody has to sign it. And
Has
in
to
most
be your
cases,
husband.
some hospitals or some doctors still prefer that the husbands will be the one to sign the consent, right?
Yes.
But as time goes on,
They're putting that
Yeah,
the mothers and their mother and
mothers,
their father.
fathers, anybody could sign. It's not about what if you're waiting for the husband and then something happens.
Yes.
So that was like the second wave of feminism. Now for the third wave of feminism, had women running for offices.
Is that the radical phase?
Yeah, that's the phase you can call the radical phase. However, you can also call the post-feminism phase, this one we are now,
Yes.
as radical, because when you look at the word radical, what does it tell you? Like extra, I'm all
Yes,
there, I'm
extreme.
there, I'm not going to agree for anybody kind of phase. So we
Like
started
a
having women
revolutionary
running for offices. We started having women in parliament. We started having women owning businesses.
Yes.
Started having women being able to drive.
And that's really beautiful.
Basically, they were liberated from the whole idea of patriarchy and women's subordination. Note that I did not say just patriarchy. I said patriarchy and women's subordination, because there's one thing to have patriarchy, there's another thing for women's subordination. So then today we have the post-feminist era where women can do virtually anything, no restrictions. They can vote, they can run for office, they can have businesses, they can decide how many children they want to have, they can decide to modify their bodies, yada yada yada. So yes, that's the stage we're in
this
now.
post-feminism era is where we have the false feminism agenda movement.
Yes, you can say
if I call it an agenda, it makes it seem like somebody's actively, but there are people and groups of people that are actually spreading like what feminism isn't.
Yes,
it's a false movement.
Some brainwashed individuals.
Yes, and these individuals are actually seeping into a lot of young ladies and a lot of even adults' head, because it's like they are twisting the meaning of feminism itself. Like I stated earlier, I said that feminism is something that is a movement, a social movement or social political movement that creates a platform for equal opportunities for both gender. Like women should have the rights to education just as men. Women should have the rights to hold public offices. Women can also have driver's license, like stuff that are every gender should be able to have access to it. You know, I said the false feminism agenda takes it more than a step closer. It's like they are building a cocoon or a frame where it now seems like we're in a competition with the male gender themselves, and that's not what feminism stands for.
There's an underlying hate for men.
Yes, there's a deep hate, because there's a lot of women that say they hate men for various reasons. But like this feminist, and they coin it with I am a feminist, and feminism is you not liking men, and that's not what feminism is. Feminism itself is already a very beautiful, powerful movement because it has already done a lot. Without feminism, the lot of us will not be standing where we are. I don't think I'll be able to travel out of the country, be able to come and study here. I don't think we'll be able to even speak in front of the cameras. I don't think we'll be able to make choices of what to do with our clothes, what to wear, where to walk to, the type of people to talk to, because without feminism, a lot of these things were deeply restricted. And we can fault out to also like toxic masculinity and also patriarchy. Do you understand?
Toxic masculinity.
But then it's not like women are mirroring the toxic masculinity, because we know.
I believe so.
Yes, they're mirroring, because it's not like the feminism and the false feminism agenda is that it's like we are antagonizing this male gender.
I feel like it springs from the idea that we have been suppressed for so long. It is time for us to oppress.
And everybody's just
that's how I see it. And like there was somebody who approached me some years ago when I was still like working on feminist studies and stuff like that, and he was like, oh, so you're a feminist? I said, yeah, I'm a feminist, and you should be too. Like, men can be feminists. I told him, you should be too. And he's like, how do you expect me to be a feminist? And I'm like, that's because you do not understand what feminism is.
Because there's already something else that is painted, like feminism is against men.
Against men. That's not
in fact, everybody should be a feminist.
Yes. I am very proud to say this, but my dad is a feminist.
Of course.
I've had male lecturers that are feminists, and you can clearly tell that they're feminists.
Even colleagues.
So colleagues. The idea of feminism is, like I tell people, the idea of feminism is there's a man here, there's a woman here, there's a particular job or there's something that needs to be done, and the woman is saying, oh wait, I can do it. feminism states that, or feminism advocates that if she has indicated interest,
And
that she can do it.
She has the qualifications.
And you think that she has the qualifications, whatever it is that is the criteria for you to pick the man, give it an equal opportunity for the
her
woman
too.
also.
Yes.
So let's not say, oh no, you cannot do it just because you're
a woman.
No. That's where people have a problem with this whole issue. Once the person has stated interest, or once you think that these two people should, let's give them equal opportunity. Let's say we're giving this person aptitude test. Let's give this same person the same
test.
Let's not say because she's a woman or she'll soon get pregnant, she'll soon go for maternity leave, then let's not consider her.
And
when you have done that, when you have done that, you have succeeded in demeaning the whole idea of feminism.
Yes.
So a man can be a feminist. Your father who had you and who decided that he will send you to school to the highest level of education is also a feminist.
Yes. Yes, and the first feminism agenda is creating
what
toxicity in the atmosphere.
The first feminism agenda comes from women.
Yes, it comes from women because there's already like a narrative that it's like you can be a man, and we know that women are not men. You cannot. And it's almost like this false feminist agenda is fighting the male gender, and like fighting, like even to push them away. Like it's women that can do it, it's women that can do everything, and because a man can do this, automatically should be able to do this.
What a man can do, a woman can do better. It's true.
To an extent. But we do know that the male gender is physically more like powerful. Do you understand?
Some women are strong, don't get us wrong. But there are a lot of instances we can give you, and you say that, okay, yes, this
something that
leave for man.
And just there are things that women too can do that men would actually not even do. And I'm not even talking about domestical stuff at all. There are several things a woman can do that a man too cannot do. And the first feminism agenda it's really sad that it has gotten to this level, and it is even getting worse because it's just there's no definition for it. They just mask it as feminism.
You hear a younger person, like younger generations, like today's generation will say something like, a man should not tell me what to do.
Yes.
Do you know that? You that is saying, oh, a man should not tell me what to do. A man cannot tell
That's
me how to
not feminism. That's not feminism.
If for example you're in a relationship and then you're trying to give your advice to your significant other, and he makes that same statement, oh, you should not tell me what to do, a woman should not tell me what to do, your reaction to that would be extra.
Yes.
You're like, oh, you cannot tell me that, my opinion matters, yada yada yada. But you have forgotten that in you trying to say that you're a feminist, you have also said a man should not tell me what to do. You are getting it wrong, my sweetheart. That's not what feminism is about.
At all.
Feminism is the whole idea that you understand that you're a woman, you understand that you have powers, and you understand that you have opportunities.
Those are the key points.
Those are the key points.
And there's another one. There's one that has also been going around. The first feminism agenda has also been teaching a lot of young girls and ladies like to not aspire to things that they would usually aspire to. Like it is not woke enough. It is not recent enough. It's not big enough. Like you shouldn't aspire to marriage. You should not aspire to having children. You should not aspire to family. Just like a man can do this, a man can do that.
All your ancestors that advocated for feminism, they were married. I don't understand where that one is coming from. So I don't understand why.
It's really sad. There's nothing that concerns feminism with your aspiration with you being a woman. Do you understand? The movement itself is for you to have opportunity and equal rights in places that when a man steps a foot, the woman steps a foot, she also has the right.
There's no glass ceiling over you.
Yes.
There is no, I have put in this amount of work. He has put in this amount of work. So you can't grow past this level because at some point you get married. That's just what feminism is about. It just shatters that glass ceiling that usually would have hovered around the woman. You could see today you can see women in parliament. In fact, that's you can see women that are female judges.
Yes. We have female doctors, we have female surgeons, we have female pilots.
We need you guys to understand that all of this is as a result of the feminist movement. Because normally, without feminism, una for not go school. You would have gone to school, you would have gone past what? SS3. Let's say you
SS3 is even long.
SS3 is long. Primary 6, and then ship you off to marriage and stuff like that. So the false feminism gender, I think it waters down the whole idea of feminism, and that is not what it should be about. You hear people say that they want to go 50-50 with men.
If you
And
feel
because
that you're capable,
no,
don't prove.
because you're a feminist, you want to go 50-50 with men. No, you should say I can go 50-50 with a man because I can actually afford this
And
thing,
you
so I can actually
you can provide them.
I can actually
Yes.
support.
As I said, it's like there's a competition,
Yeah, I
and
can
then the
support,
hate is
yeah.
coming out of that competition, and it's like you want to show that gender, like, yes, we too, we are superior, we too, we can do it. And I get it, I understand what it feels like to be suppressed for so long.
Yeah.
But the battle has already the battle started a long time ago, and like
Like
we're
with-
somewhere
yeah.
very close for
We're
it
so
to be
close. We're in the post-feminist era. We're coming from somewhere. We're coming from we're coming from 1, 2, 3. There are different waves, so we're coming from all of these places,
and we
right?
don't want all
So
of
we're
these
closer
things to
we're closer to. If not for anything, we're not even closer to. We're there.
we're there,
We're there.
yes,
So
but they're
don't
twisting it.
yeah, don't waste all the effort that has been put in
From
place
people
for us
of
to
the
get here, and then
yes.
you are now twisting what the movement is about. No, don't
That's
do
not
that.
feminism is not about
That's not what it's
hating
about.
the other
Yeah.
gender. Feminism is not about proving to the world that you can do better. You can, if you can, you can. It's not about. There's no
Nobody's fighting
competition.
you, yeah.
Because that's why certain men will also say that they cannot call themselves feminists, because the portrayal of feminism on the internet, on Twitter. Have you seen these feminists? Have you
them.
seen?
I've seen
They
them.
take it to another level. They are very they are very defensive, and they're very antagonistic.
Yes.
Any little thing, they will twist it, and you're saying so many things, but that's not what it is itself.
Somebody once told me that you're not a feminist if you are under your husband, and I'm like,
God of Nazareth.
it have remained small. I wanted to insult that person. That I wanted to say you are supposed to be an enlightened person, but for somebody who's at this stage in your life, you're very daft.
It's really sad because they twist it, they put a whole lot of things under it, and society is already viewing it as, it's like this opportunity that they are giving women. Can you see what they are doing?
They abuse every single person online on social media these days that has a wrong feminism agenda or that has a wrong feminist ideology in their head, and making it look like our fight is non-existent.
Yeah, so it's not even a valid.
Yeah, it's not
a
even
valid
because
fight anymore.
it feels like when feminists come out, they'll be like, oh, they don't come again.
Yes, that's the way it feels, because they
all
just
these men haters, they are here again. That's what so you've watered down the whole movement, and that's not fair. That's not fair on people who have actually benefited from this movement. Yeah?
Yes,
People like
it's not.
your mom has benefited from it. Some of you, if times were different, or if there was nothing like feminist movement, your mom would have not even gone to school. She wouldn't even know how to help you with assignments. She won't even know how to advise you when it comes to things of life. The only advice she would give is, you don't reach this stage, so you go find husband when you go marry. End of story. Oh, you don't get better, you go soon born. Okay, now so they do them. That's the max. That's the level that's that glass ceiling that people talk about. That's the max. And she won't even be heard in important meetings.
Yes.
For Igbo culture now, they are making women chiefs, and God, that is so beautiful.
I'm happy, because when you hear a chief, you just assign the.
Because before now, when you see that people are chiefs, you be like, nah man, chief, you know. But women are chiefs these days, and that's a very beautiful thing. And that's because of feminism. Okay, so yeah,
that's the main thing that we want to point across. We don't have so much to say, but I just kind of believe that with the little thing that we have said, that we can, you guys out there, everybody that's listening to us, can get like a clearer view and have the correct perspective of what feminism is.
Don't
and
fight your
understand that guys or boys or young boys or teenagers, you guys can be feminists. You guys can be feminists. There is nothing wrong with it. The feminism movement is not for women or girls to hate men. Do you understand? The movement is just for equal opportunities.
Do you know that if
all spheres, every aspect of life.
If you as a man, you have a sister that is being oppressed, or that they don't want her to grow in her career, in her office, would you like it to know? The fact that you don't even like it in the first place, or the fact that you think that your sister can be better, makes you a feminist. Do you know that?
Yes.
Because you think that your wife can achieve greater things, makes you a feminist. Or your daughter needs all the opportunities that a guy, a fellow peers have, makes you a feminist. So it's not only women that are feminist. It's not only women that are doing feminism up and down. So there are men that are low-key feminists that you don't even know. Your dad is a feminist and you don't even know.
Also, and feminism is not about that we're posing that both gender are the same.
No,
or
it's
they
not
are
the same.
equal.
It
That's
cannot be
another
the
thing
same.
that is being
No,
mistaken.
let's put this out there. Opportunities should be equal.
Yes.
That's what
Not
we
that
mean.
both genders are equal.
Biologically, are we equal? No, we're not even.
We don't
equal
have the same biological structures. We don't have the same anatomical structures.
Yeah.
We don't the things that we can do.
Different is
They
different.
are very different.
They are very different. Different is different. Once there's a difference.
Yes,
difference
there are things that we have in that are the same, like our eyes, but there's a level to which each gender is. There's a level to things that we can do.
And we understand. We also want to put it out here that we understand a point where a feminist can come from, and you think that she's very radical, is because we have lived in such a patriarchal society that it feels like every single time a woman wants to have a voice, patriarchy just snaps it out of them, right?
Yes.
So
and
you see that women are struggling every single time my voice wants to be heard. There's some sort of misogynistic nonsense going on somewhere. Before you know it, she feels like she's angry, feels like she's radical. It feels like, no, men need to also do better. We need to deconstruct the whole idea of patriarchy. See, patriarchy, we get it. Toxic masculinity, we get it. But you as a person start deconstructing it from your brain, so that you not start giving women issues and women to say that, we need to fight for our rights, oh my veins. We need to fight for our rights. No, if you create a safe haven for feminists out there,
atmosphere,
it would be very easy. You will not have people who are clamoring for
hard at all.
The movement is not hard.
It's not about
fight. But for
movement
to succeed, the environment has to be favorable, right?
True.
You cannot, in this era, I can tell you for a fact that some men will still say their daughters, or some men will still say that they don't want their wives to work. They don't want their wives to have some sort of independence.
If she doesn't want to work, what if she doesn't want to work?
That's a different case. Okay. I'm telling you how patriarchy can also sniff the movement out of people.
True.
Right? True. You were a well-to-do woman. You were working. You were comfortable. You were to an extent independent. And then all of a sudden you get married to a man. He lets you work for 1 year. All of a sudden the man says, "You know what? Don't work again because it'd be like saying you don't grow wings for this marriage." Do you know what you have done? The children that she would have would in turn grow up and be toxic feminists. Do you understand? Where I'm coming from?
I understand.
Because you have created a very toxic environment for her.
Them.
You have suppressed her. You have snuffed the voice out of her. And then the children who grow up in that home will be like, we know what our mom experienced. We will not experience it.
Yes.
So at some point, I feel like toxic feminism, or I feel like the wrong feminist agenda, also springs forth from patriarchy, toxic masculinity, misogyny, and things like that. You go online and you see men talking down on women.
True.
You go online and the only shows you see is how you want to objectify, or you want to objectify a woman, or you want to demean her from what she appears.
She can't aspire to be things that are greater than.
Or somebody has achieved something really great as a woman. I say, she has sugar daddy. Somebody's falling alive.
That's another thing that makes a lot of these women also act the way that they act.
Because when you do that, it feels like a feminist will take 2 steps forward and you have successfully dragged that 50 steps backwards. You attribute every success a woman has to one man or the other. Stop doing that. For once, congratulations, you did so well. You are giving us a ray of hope, But no, she bought that car, she bought that house. Now, man, you're creating a toxic environment for a toxic feminist. Do we understand? I'm sure we understand.
I believe that we understand. Yeah. I believe that, like, with the lights that we've shed onto this false feminism agenda, we can all have like a clearer view and understanding of what feminism itself means and what the false feminist agenda is, and that we can be able to separate these things and understand that feminism is not against men or a fight against
women don't hate men.
No, it's not that. It's quite the opposite. It's just a social political movement to create
so
equality.
Men support women support men. Before you know it, the world will be a better place. And you will not see women that are saying that they don't want to get married. They are saying that they don't want to get married because the men that they are seeing around, you put on head, some of you behave erratic.
And that's why most of these women too, they are also mirroring their toxic traits. They are mirroring it.
We're not saying 100% is from men though. We know women get their own for body.
Yeah.
But we're just trying to say that if the environment was better, you will not see toxic. You won't even see toxic.
And if there was support, it's not going to be this hard. And women shouldn't be a threat to a man. A woman that is making steps and is trying to be progressive or is progressive should not be a threat to any masculine person.
If it's a threat, so you are.
Or any man. Because progression is something that is supposed to be motivating.
Yes.
And something that every single individual should be proud of, regardless of gender.
Yeah, regardless. So if you have a problem with somebody's growth, be it man, be it woman.
Now you get problem. Now you look into yourself.
Everything okay at home? You know?
And don't tempt feminism as what
it is not. Please don't do that. We are tired of going online and seeing people project the wrong ideas of feminism. That is not what it's about. So let's take a step back and know that okay, let's create a good environment for everybody to thrive. Even toxic masculinity itself, before you know it will die.
Yes.
Those men that are very toxic in nature, or those very you must do what I say.
Authoritarian people.
If the environment is stable for everybody, we know we dey fight ourselves.
We can do better. And I hope that this really does
teach your daughters to do better.
And even women too, so that women, young girls, we can understand and see that this is what feminism is. So feminism not be say maybe they fight man, maybe they drag everything with man, maybe tell man say we dey equal to you. No. We are not equal to them, they are not equal to us. Every single individual is very we're special.
There are places where a man is like this and a woman is like. There are also places where a woman is like this and a man is like this. Let us have that understanding.
Yeah. There will be peace.
The world will be a better place.
There will be growth. Thank you for listening to us. This brings us to the end of this beautiful topic. I hope it sinks into everybody's spirit, everybody's head, and we can understand and not be turning, twisting. And I'd like to thank our sponsor, Les Laundry Magusa. They're located on Salamis Road, opposite Cafe Anne. And you can find more of our videos on Jim Shanti Productions YouTube channel, and the socials will be linked in the description somewhere around. You can see. Thank you for listening to us. We appreciate you, and also would love feedback. Drop your comments and subscribe. I am Aduni and
Valerie.